Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is GC Performance here, back with another video. Today, Enve released the brand new Enve Custom road bike. They released it in two different models. They released it in a race version and then a endurance version. So basically, I just kind of want to go over this with you guys and tell you what I think about it and how I think it's going to stack up to the competition. There's a lot of road bikes out there. In terms of, competition-wise, it's crazy. But what Enve is trying to go after is that it's a complete custom bike catered to your needs. In terms of color choice, frame options, sizing specific on the fit, like fit to the max. They're really going after that whole fit market, which it could be a positive or a negative depending on when you buy it, because of the fact that you got to think these bikes are so brand new. It's going to be very hard to, usually when you go to a bike store, you're considering buying a bike, you go to a brand that you know, like Trek, Specialized, Cannondale, Scott, whoever it is, and you kind of generally typically know the fit of the bikes. You can go to a store, you can see it, you can talk to other people who ride it. But every person you talk to on an Enve bike, I feel like, will have their own kind of feeling on it, because the bikes are always going to be catered to that person specifically. So they might have a great experience with it, or some people might have a really bad experience with it because of the fact that their fit might have came out wrong. It might have not been the right way for them. They do have this little area right here. Let me zoom in right here. Oh, no. They do have this little area right here, the little seat clamp thing, where it has, I think, 35 millimeters of adjustment. So once you do get the actual bike fit catered to you and all designed up for you, this actually has a little bit of 35 millimeters of adjustment. But let's just say that you're going off numbers that you had on a different bike and you get this in, and you cash out on this bike, which is around $7,000 to $12,000, depending on the way you spec it, and you all of a sudden hate the bike. I don't know what their return policy is. I don't know what their exchange policy is, because you're literally building a bike up paint choice-wise, bar choice-wise, stem length, handlebar size. I don't know what the aftermarket sale will be of it, and I don't know what the market will be in terms of, reselling it to someone, because it's all about you. Usually when you sell a bike like a S-Works or a Trek Project 1 or one of these top-end bikes, we all know that the bike market's not right now, but it's usually inflated, and you don't get this back nearly as what you paid for it, but it's still a stock bike with a stock size and stuff like that. So with these bikes, these are all custom colored and everything like that. Like, I started doing one just to kind of play around with them. This, the person has to choose color. If they want to do solo or dual colors, the colors are great. It's definitely cool with all the customization, but everything's gonna be catered to that person. So if there is an issue or you go to resell it, it might be hard because everyone's like, I don't want that person's taste, But anyways, let's get into it. Let's take a look at it. Let's go through the whole thing. So paint on here, they have four different options. They have a classic, a duo, a solo, and a faded. And you can all choose these different colors. So you have the classic black, duo colors. That looks pretty cool. I mean, obviously, the one thing that I will say what stands out to this is that when you spend that kind of money on a bike, $7,000 to $12,000, and you pull up to a group ride and you pull up to someone who has the exact same bike, like a Specialized S-Works or a Tarmac, or a Trek Project 1, and they have the exact same bike, it's not dumb because it happens all the time, but you spend a lot of money, you kind of want to stand out. That's why they have these ceramic speed oversized pulleys. That's why they have different bar combos and stem combos, because you want to kind of be individual. You don't want to be like a full-on thing. Whereas Enve is giving that choice to, you spend that money, they're going to make you feel like a priority. They're going to put different colors on here. You can change it exactly how you want, which is cool. But yeah, they have the paint options. Then you can go on to the full-on wheel set options. You can choose from the whole line of wheels. With I put on here the 7/8s, but you can do 3/4s, 4/5s, the disc. You can even build what they so-call a budget build, which will be their new 45 disc or their 65 disc, part of their foundation system, to maybe make it a little bit cheaper. I think they said if you were to do a Force Axis build or a Shimano Ultegra build with the Enve 45 or 65 foundation models, I think they're around like $9,000, which is still pretty penny, but it's in there in price range in terms of competitors for other pro brands, like the Specialized Tarmac Pro is $7,800. So it's within range, and you're getting a custom paint job. But it just goes, it's a lot. The whole selling point that they were saying is that the Enve has this company where they make all their bars and stems in house, they make their wheels in house, and that they're getting this full on customization. But a lot of these companies now, Specialized having a Revol, they're able to make almost every part of the bike is theirs except for components. Same with Trek with Bontrager. I think Cannondale with Synapse, I believe, and also Scott with Synchros. They all have that kind of similar group set on there. So it is very weird to hear them say just like, hey, this is their own claim. They have all the components and they have an advantage to that because of the fact that a lot of these companies do have that. The only downside I will say that I don't like about the Enve thing is just that, you know, I think you're kind of limited on what wheels you can do aftermarket. Like if you buy a bike like a specialized, I sell specialized Scott. If you buy these bikes, you can change out the wheels. You can swap these things out and put on different wheels. Whereas Enve, it's not illegal to do it, but I feel like if you put anything else besides Enve wheels in there, it's going to look weird. And also, if you're to get this bike and you put in your fit numbers and they implement it a little bit wrong and you just say, hey, this thing feels like a wet noodle, or hey, this thing feels not fitted correctly to me, I don't know what their return policy is because this bike's going to be fully made to you and then you're going to have to get it. I don't know if they'll have these bikes retail in store, maybe for an Enve authorized dealer. You can go in there and see maybe a demo bike that they have, or maybe they'll do demo rides for consumers to try them out. But this whole thing is being sold as it's being fit for you. So let's go to geometry. Right here, you literally put in your rider height, your frame size, all that stuff like that, and then they're gonna ask you questions on what kind of bar stem length you want, how wide you want the bars, how long you want the stem. It really does. You have to know what you're riding and you have to know what you're gonna be on. So that's the only downfall I really see. I don't know I think their warranty will be the same as what their wheels are and everything they offer, but paying $9,000 to $12,000 for a custom bike is very scary, especially when it's so new. I think that you're gonna see them on the road for sure because people do want to be different. They want to stand out. But I mean, look at this whole fitting right here. I mean, they're literally gonna ask you questions: bar width, stem length, handlebar reach, effective top tube, frame reach, everything. They're gonna build this whole frame up similar to how Specialized has their rider first engineered, and all these other companies are making their frames catered to each size. But oh, that's crazy. Like I said, they have a race version and an endurance version. The endurance version will be more of a slacker geometry, a longer wheelbase from rear to front, and also you can see the fork is more raked out, and also I think the head tube looks similar, but just a longer bike in general to make it a little more comfortable. Whereas a race bike is going to be a little bit more tucked in, crit racier, everything like that. Race geometry with 25C tires, all road with 29Cs. Race geometry prioritized agility, responsiveness, shorter wheelbase. Geometry tuned for labeled 25 to 31 millimeters tires. Max tire clearance 35 millimeters, which is freaking huge. Rider arch type. This is to talk about your back. Road, criterium racer, aggressive, responsive, out of the saddle. And then right here, longer wheelbase, geometry tuned for 29 to 35 millimeters. That's a crazy wheel size on there. That's really wide. Rider arch type endurance, mixed surface racer, smooth and flowing in the saddle. But yeah, 4 paint templates, 2 finishes, 38 colors. I can't say that they look ugly because obviously they don't. I think it's really cool, but I'm not a fan of this. I wish they got rid of that. I wish if they got rid of that and they made this a full C post, I think they for sure would have had a more customizations and a better resale value for afterwards. Because if you get your fit wrong, or let's just say there's a mix up in communication and they just make it wrong, and then you have this whole bike color frame after that, and you go through this whole process of waiting, and they're just like, hey, we got your numbers wrong because accidents happen, and you get this thing back, then you're screwed and you can't go up any higher, and then you're out of a bike, you have to wait longer. Life is full of compromise. They have the full integration one-piece bars like a lot of people are doing. It's like a full-on aero bike. Chris King headset, so that's cool. In collaboration, they give you Chris King components. Beautiful. Integrated seat mask topper. I'm not a big fan of those. But right here, 35 millimeters of height, adjustability. But then they do give you options for accessories as well. When you're doing the bike build, you can buy a full-on bike kit. You can buy a K-edge for the handlebar and stem. Also, they do offer, if you want to get bottle cages to match your custom color paint, you can pay $400 to get bottle cages, boom and boom, to match your bike. $400 extra. I got people who come to my store complaining about S-Works carbon cages for $60 or $70. I can't imagine saying, hey, you want 2 water bottle cages to match your paint color. It's $400. That's insane. But, hey, you're paying for a custom bike. Very aero. Everything's aimed to be aero. And, yeah, that's my take on it. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see companies do this. I think competition's always good for the consumer. I like to see bike brands like this go out. Maybe Zip will make a bike next. Maybe because Zip has all the parts. Maybe other companies will do this in the future. I think it's always good to be competitive, and for all these companies out there to kind of go against each other, I think it'll be a great way. But I will see what would happen with the first couple bikes on the road, how they perform, how long the wait time is, how long it takes to get all this stuff, what's the turnaround time, are people happy with the fits, and everything like that. Enve, and then also on their warranty, Enve Custom Road Chassis gives you features a 5-year factory warranty and a crash replacement program. That's their warranty right there, so check it out. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you guys' thoughts are about this bike. Are you guys excited, or do you guys think it's just expensive marketing, just like any other bike company? But that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next video. Bye.